Bueno chicos, Panda acaba de abrir un Reddit de Fortnite y se acaba de enterar que ha habido un nuevo modo de juego que se llama Creative Mode. Se copiaron de Minecraft obviamente y pues vamos a ver el gameplay.
You see that on the screen right there, ladies and gentlemen? Fortnite Creative Mode. Alrighty then, welcome to the Fortnite Creative Lobby screen. Very similar to Battle Royale, but there's a lot of awesome features. The way this is all set up, I can't wait to just show you everything. So I believe the plan for creative mode is that tomorrow we'll actually, the first things first, when you hit up play, it's going to come up with an option to join other friends servers. I'm obviously just going to go ahead and create a new one for you guys to show today. And you can change the settings as well, so friends of friends can also join my own server right now. Fortnite Creative Lobby, this is where you start off every individual time you load up Fortnite Creative. You know, think Minecraft, but Fortnite. Awesome maps. But currently right now there is nothing featured in either of those, so we're going to go over to my island. So as you approach your own rift, you're greeted with an interact option. Essentially, you can choose one of 4 islands. They're like 4 different saves, I guess you can kind of say, that you can. Today, we're going to be playing on Island 2. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Fortnite creative server. First things first, though, make sure to use code Lockie and store off the bat. You can see on the left there, double tap to fly. That's right, we got fly mode in Fortnite Creative. Obviously makes sense. You're trying to build a map, you need to fly. It's great. Next thing up that you probably noticed, we've got a phone in our hotbar. It's like that one with the emote, but like it actually now does something. So if I go ahead and select current tiles, you see that it has a grid option. And if I was to say right click, I could pick up that option and move it around. Next thing up that you probably noticed down the bottom is a memory used bar. Essentially, if that gets to the end, you won't be able to place blocks and stuff like that. This is just to make sure your server doesn't crash. However, if you want to see what happens if you max that bar, make sure to check back later today on the channel or tomorrow. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload it, but essentially we tried to break Fortnite creative mode. And so next up, if we open up our inventory, we're greeted with this creative menu. And we have a lot of things called prefabs, and they're essentially pre-built structures from either the game or from Fortnite creative mode itself that you can use as kind of like a tool to pick from and use for your current build. So for example, we've got a couple of obstacle courses here that you can just use for fun, and then from that we've got parts of towns that you can use as buildings. So as you can see, we got things from Lucky Landing here, things from Tilted Towers here. Can I get a F in the chat for my factories out there, boys? That's right, there's factories in here. We got the club from Yonder, we got, you know, the modern houses, all the stuff from Pleasant Park, stuff like that, retail row, the shop, what it's going to throw, and then that's what we've got, a little cube selecting thing. Now at the current time we've got 2 animated cubes, a light cube, 3 light cubes actually, some base colors to work with, and some reflective colors. That's kind of cool actually, I didn't notice that. Now these cubes are interesting. Reset the rotation by holding tab and you'll go back to normal. And with the combination of the rotation tool, you can pull off some really cool kind of stuff. You can spam it, you can put it inside of each other, make some cool new object traps than the regular game mode. We've got a lot of things you would have seen in the playground feature as well. The first thing first is a respawn pad. You would have seen that in playground already. Essentially, if you walk over it, it becomes a spawn pad and you can customize it with options. Pretty much when you use their new kind of traps that whenever you hit them, they'll bounce you back a little bit and take 5 HP away from you. So something to penalize the player for running a server it gives it for. So it's like a nice little way of using that mechanic without having to have it forever. Next up, we got this little scoreboard thing. Essentially, if you jump on the pad, you can add a point for one thing. I actually really like this for things like dodgeball, you know, trap ball, stuff like that. You can go on and be like, oh, I got my goal. Okay, cool. Chuck it on. And if memory serves me correct, you press the middle one and deletes the score. You probably don't want to get a big score and then accidentally hit the middle one there. Pretty cool indeed. And then next up, we've got this kind of timer. So you can customize it, of course, and it'll pretty much display a timer and play a sound when the timer is complete. Then you go all the way from 20 minutes to 1 minute. So if I put it on for a minute, hit that, it's not going to start the timer. And I don't actually know how loud it is, so we'll keep that running in the back while I explain some more features. So moving back into our inventory, we've got the weapons sheet, and it's pretty much every weapon in the game. It doesn't have everything though, like it doesn't have C4 and a few vaulted items. It doesn't have revolvers. Not to be mistaken with these revolvers, the ones that are actually half decent at the video game. Also, don't worry, there is no drum gun here either. Oh! And that's the noise it makes. So essentially, you can go ahead and equip it, or you can add to a chest, which I'll show in just a second. It'll add it to your inventory, and yeah, you can spawn ammo as well on the consumable page. All types of ammo, all types of grenades, all that cool stuff you see on screen. Again, no C4. And then last but not least, we got the chest feature. So like I showed you before, if I go to weapon or a consumable, I'll go add to chest. I hit the chest.